Hello everybody, how's it going? Andy Roams here, coming at you with another session of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. This might be the final one. Stay tuned. Ah! The game's not working. Okay, the game's working. Okay. What were we doing? We were figuring out the solution to the bottom, right? Excuse me. Oh my god. Okay. Lorelei notes. Open up. Yep. Scroll all the way down. All right. 1938. Vision 1938. Hold on. 1982. I had an idea for one of them. Is it 1957 actually? $1982. Four, five, six. It would be 1847. Wait. That one's a little hard to figure out. $43, 2014. $1963. How would you find that out? Would you just rotate the one and not the other? 184. How would that be 4? Oh. Would it be that? Yeah, this one's 1847. You would rotate it. You would rotate all of it counterclockwise and would make, you would rotate it counterclockwise once and it would make 1847. Okay. 1938 is 1847. Oh my god. Okay. So that means we are just missing a 1963 and an 1847. It's the amount of points that intersect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, okay, the first one is 1. The second one is 9. There's 9 intersecting points. The third one is 6. What? So it wouldn't hit the bottom line. So the bottom, so the one on the right wouldn't hit, like, how do I explain this? All the way to the right, right? This one right here. I don't know how to point to it exactly, but that one in specific doesn't have doesn't fully intersect. It just stops right before intersecting. So that's a 1, 2, and a 3. Because it's the amount of, like, pluses that you kind of see in a way, right? So that's going to be 1963. And by process of elimination, 1957 would more than likely be 1847. But why would it be 1847? I don't know why this one would be 1847. Oh my god. It's a reflection. So basically all those ones are just ones, or like everything is a one. So if you look and you cut out each one, it's 1847. It's a 4's combined 4 times, 7 combined 4 times, 8 combined 4 times, and that's actually an empty square in the middle. And 1 is 4 times, and it's all disconnected. Wow. I got it! I got it! I love how I understood rather than basically say, oh, it's this because that's process of elimination, right? I hate that. No, we don't do process of elimination here. We have it. We have the code. We're 10 minutes in and we have the code. But before we do that, we have more to read. So I have the code for this already for the ending. However, we are going to do a little bit of reading because there's story that we never finished off. But yeah, it was the amount of crossing intersecting points. That's cool. I like that. I really like that. Oh, give me a second. All right. All right, so this should be a fairly short-ish session. Cool. All right. We already read this one too. Int Brotherhood Lodge night. The room is dark. Besides the many lit brass candelabras, Lorenzo stands with his hat in hand. 50 men in robes watch him from a long table. At the end of the table, a stern old man ponderously strokes his sideburns. Brother Septimus. A young brother opens a mahogany case and takes out an ornate revolver and a minotaur mask. He looks over at Brother Septimus, who nods to him. The young brother puts on the mask and aims a gun at Lorenzo's head. Young brother, play safe and never pass. Gamble to pass or perish. Lorenzo, truth above all. Risk my life, brother. Young brother, how many were our first ancient brothers? 7. Correct. Wow, that's where the answer was. The seated brothers raise their goblets and drink. Young brother, what is the punishment for sharing our secrets with outsiders? Lorenzo grabs hold of the table and is about to faint. Lorenzo, death. Young brother, correct. Lorenzo closes his eyes, but death does not come. Brother Septimus, under normal circumstances, you would be dead now. Lorenzo, I'm sorry, elder brother. I was not thinking. Wariness and perhaps a crisis of faith. Forgive me. Brothers. Brother Septimus, thankfully for you, these are not normal circumstances. The time is nigh, little brother. And like in the old, we shall send 7 brothers in search of that which was lost. All brothers hold up 7 fingers. Brother Septimus, 6 have already gone searching for omens. You will be 7th, the disgraced one. Lorenzo, where will you send me, elder brother? Brother Septimus, Augenwaldberg. There lives an artist in an old manor. The prophecy mentions her. Go and see, brother. If that which was lost is there. Lorenzo nods. Brother Septimus. The lady suffers from an eye condition that will ultimately render blindness. A sad fate for a painter. Take these vermilion tears. Lorenzo. What do they do, elder brother? Brother Septimus. Nothing at all, but you will use them pretending to cure the lady. That is your guise while you search her house for the third eye. So now page 12. Extension Augenwaldberg Manor dusk. Hooves clop echoes through the dilapidated courtyard. Algae-covered statues silently await their arrival. A pale, sickly horse comes into view, pulling a wagon painted red in a distant past. Lorenzo walks beside the horse and leads it by its reins. Lorenzo ties the horse to an old oak. Lorenzo, be brave, Moors. You have nothing to fear. Lorenzo carefully approaches the front gate. He bangs the knocker. Lorenzo scans the dirty windows for any sign of life. Finally, the door creaks open and instantly, Lorenzo raises his top hat and takes a bow. A white rose appears in his hand from his hat. Lorenzo, the miracle has happened. An ashen woman in an expensive dress stares through him with milky eyes. Renate Schwartzwald. Renate, I do not believe in miracles. Lorenzo, that is why you need one, Baronin. Lorenzo hands a white rose to Renate. It changes color to red. Renate, you might as well perform for the shadows. My sight is fading away. Lorenzo, your eyes are fading because there has been nothing to see. Weary eyes need entertainment and tired souls need miracles. Renate, who are you? Lorenzo, Lorenzo the Great at your service, Baronin. A magus whose name is whispered from the shores of Zanzibar to the frosty peaks of Helsinki, known to beggars and kings alike. Renate, well, you are not known to me. Good evening. Renate is about to shut the gate. Lorenzo, wait! Renate waits. Lorenzo, my journey has been a long one. My horse is tired, and to be honest, so am I. Renate looks at the very sickly looking horse. Lorenzo, I had 4 once during better times, but ironically, Moors is the only one who lives. Oh, wait, that was the 4 horsemen, right? The 4 horse. Oh, Renate, very well. Page 18. Int.Augenwaldberg Manor. Dining room day. An oversized dead goose lies on the oaken dining table. Lorenzo devours his portion in a loud manner. Renate tries to hide her disgust. Is the room satisfactory? Renate states. Lorenzo, yes, I slept like a piglet. Renate, so it was not you I heard last night. Lorenzo drinks wines and coughs to buy some time. Lorenzo, I was up briefly, yes. He takes out a small vial from his sleeve. My vermilion tears, they need moonlight not to lose their magic. I took the liberty to use one of the windows in your studio. Renate looks amused. Lorenzo, I took another liberty and studied some of your work. The portraits are, of course, excellent, but I am most intrigued by the drawings of... signs? Renate, my Himmel Scorper suite. Lorenzo, what inspired them? Renate ignores the question. Magician, might I ask you a strange question? Lorenzo, who am I to refuse an answer? Renate, did you see a labyrinth while you were in the park? Lorenzo, a labyrinth? Renate, a red labyrinth. Lorenzo, the only labyrinth I saw was a portrait of the man with a labyrinth instead of a face. Renate stands up angrily. Renate, I've made no such portrait. Your lies have ceased to amuse me. I know why you are here, and I know where to look for it, but I will hold you to your word. Lorenzo looks like he's about to assure Renate of his pure intentions. Renate, cure my eyes. 18. 25. Augenwaldberg Manor. Renate's bedroom day. The curtains have been drawn. Renate lies on top of the bed, a trace of a smirk on her lips. Lorenzo looks gravely serious on the side of the bed. Lorenzo, are you ready for a miracle, Baronin? Renate says yes. Lorenzo spills a single drop of vermilion tears into Renate's left eye. She blinks and Lorenzo drops another tear into the right eye. Lorenzo, it might be a few days before it takes effect. Renate's eyes start to boil and she screams in unfiltered agony. Lorenzo backs away in horror. Lorenzo holds his hand over his ears to protect himself against her looping, deafening screams. Everything turns black. Lorenzo out of sight. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. Then quiet. Lorenzo stirs to life on the floor. He sees Renate lying lifeless on the bed. Lorenzo checks her pulse in a hurry. She is still alive. Apparently he was at some point put a bandage around her head. He has at some point put a bandage around her head. Two red dots mark the eyes, giving Renate a disturbing appearance. My words escape me. Unlike Renate's eyes. Lorenzo, Baronin, can you hear me? Renate, I can hear you, magician. They tell me you are not invited. Lorenzo, invited where? Renate, to the cavern. I followed the echoes of my screams. They were waiting for me. Lorenzo, who was waiting for you? Renate, our ancient sisters and brothers in the Far East. They're sharing the secret with me, but they won't share it with you. The cavemen think you are an obsequious ignoramus who balters through existence. Lorenzo, Baronin, you must rest now. Renate, the labyrinth. They drew it on the wall. Go and see by the window. They say I should defenestrate you, but we have an agreement. Lorenzo slowly trudges against the window. Moonlight shines on his weather-bitten face. He looks out the window. A giant garden labyrinth has appeared in the park. Renate, do you see it, magician? Lorenzo, yes. Renate, do you see me in the labyrinth? Lorenzo squints. Lorenzo, it's very dark. Yes, I see you. Renate, do you see you? Lorenzo, what do you mean? Renate, can you see yourself in the labyrinth? Lorenzo confused. Of course not. I'm not there. Renate, neither am I. Lorenzo turns around and bumps into Renate. The red dots on the bandage have grown substantially, looking like giant red bug eyes. She puts her hand on Lorenzo's face. The room turns red. Int Garden, Labyrinth, Night. Lorenzo gasps in disorientation. He is now somewhere in the labyrinth. Lorenzo quivers from fear. Renate smiles at him. Her bandage is gone, and a pair of lovely hazel eyes look at Lorenzo with affection. Renate, this is a place from my childhood. I am over there. Renate points behind Lorenzo. He turns his head to look. A girl wearing an owl mask watches him from behind. Owl girl. She runs and disappears behind a corner. Renate takes Lorenzo's hand. Renate, come! Together they run in the labyrinth. Renate seems to know her way. While Lorenzo is trying to make sense of the strange space, a red hue suddenly appears on their faces. It's the most beautiful thing they have ever seen. They smile with tears running down their cheeks. The light grows stronger and the cosmos plays music just for them. Now it's 25. Okay, and the plot thickens. 49. Augen-Waldberg Manor, Library Day. Renate's hands move frantically across a canvas. Lorenzo sits in an armchair by the window with his top hat on his knee. Posing for a portrait, there is movement inside his top hat. Lorenzo, I think it might have been a maze, not a labyrinth. Renate, aren't they interchangeable? Lorenzo, a labyrinth prolongs the path, while a maze is for getting lost, and we are lost. Renate, it's a big house. It can sometimes be disorienting. Lorenzo, we have seen it. I think the price of admission might be an eye and a leg. Lorenzo leans forward and his hat falls on the floor. A red owl flutters out of the hat in front of Lorenzo. He stares at it in surprise. Renate, that was a very clever trick. The owl perches on the top of a bookshelf. Lorenzo, half chance as if reading. And when the third eye blinked, the red beast laid an egg within. The third eye closed, and their bastard offspring was born thousands of years later. Renate studies her canvas and is a bit confused. A realistic portrait of a man in a dark suit, but where his head is supposed to be. There's a red glowing maze. Renate notices 2 tickets in his hand. She takes them and stares at them. Teatro Rosso. $49. $57. Theater night. An excited, faceless valet points at a red curtain. Lorenzo and Renee look at each other and then step through it, rows and rows of seats. It's much too large to be inside the manor. Lorenzo stares in disbelief at the giant theater. It seems empty, but the murmuring from the crowd is deafening. Gaslight illuminates the stage. Someone clears his throat behind them, and a featureless usher points towards the first rows. Renee and Lorenzo silently descend the stairs toward their seats. A fanfare. The lights dim. A man dressed as Lorenzo and wearing a Lorenzo mask rides a prop horse onto the stage. Lorenzo, what is this? Lorenzo knocks on a door mid-stage, and an actress wearing a mask resembling Renee opens the door. Applause. The light intensifies on stage and blinds Lorenzo and Renee. On the stage, a comet hanging from wires passes. Renee and Lorenzo avert their eyes. Then the comet is gone. The stage is empty. A lone hesitant clap from somewhere further back. The actress playing Renee walks on stage. She holds her hands in front of her, blood flowing from her eyes. Actress, please hold me. The actor playing Lorenzo steps on stage purposefully. Lorenzo and Renee watch their theater alter egos on stage in grim silence. Their hands join. It's fine. Lorenzo drags a stylized prop window onto the stage. Renee wanders, sobbing blood. Lorenzo tries to place the window in front of Renee, making her fall out. Lorenzo tries to place a window in front of Renee, making her fall out. The crowd howls with laughter as Lorenzo gets more frustrated every time Renee misses a window. Actress, please hold me. Please hold me. Finally, Lorenzo has enough. He grabs Renee and shoves her with full force through the glass window and from the stage. Renee lands with a thud and a crack. Theater blood squirts into Lorenzo's face. Lorenzo forms a fist and rises. Lorenzo, enough! Lorenzo watches him silently. The whole theater boo. Lorenzo to Renee, let's go. But Renee is gone from her seat. In fact, she is nowhere to be found. Lorenzo looks around in panic, but it's like she vanished into thin air. The actress playing Renee comes back to life and is elevated by strings into the air. She bows and receives applause. The actress turns her head to Lorenzo, and she takes off the Renee mask. Beneath it is a featureless face. Actress, whisper, to be gifted is to be infested. Ideas are tiny red eggs in your brain. To the microscope, they still look the same. The good and the bad. Oh, but look at the time. Lorenzo slowly walks off stage, his footsteps echoing through this empty theater. He moves towards Lorenzo. Lorenzo turns to run, but his doppelganger catches up with him. The doppelganger removes the mask, and behind it, Maze Man, his head buzzing in an electrical manner. Maze Man, she is waiting for you. Here is an idea. Follow my daughter. The Maze Man puts his head over Lorenzo's eyes. Oh God, dude. 85. Augenwaldberg Manor, corridor day. A disoriented Lorenzo finds himself in the hotel corridor, and a phone rings somewhere. Further down the hall, he sees the owl girl. Lorenzo to the owl girl. Where is she? The girl flaps her arms and hoots. Lorenzo, enough games. The owl girl disappears down a corner. Lorenzo stomps after. The owl girl waits for him at the end of the next corridor. Suddenly, a black Labrador runs up to him and barks. Lorenzo looks at the dog with surprise. His tag reads Rudy. Rudy lies down and plays dead on the rug. As he does, Rudy changes from black to white. Finally, the dog cramps and then contorts into a cat. A payphone rings on the wall. Lorenzo lifts the receiver. Telephone voice. Why are you answering the phone? Lorenzo remains silent. Telephone voice. There are no phones in 1847, you cretino. Lorenzo grunts. Hang up the phone and go chase the owl girl, just like the script says. Lorenzo hangs up. He sees the owl girl with a limp cat in her hand. Lorenzo runs after her. Corridor after corridor, Lorenzo runs fast with determination. But the owl girl is always around yet another corner. He never catches up with her. Lorenzo turns a corner. There is no owl girl, but a mirror. Lorenzo sees himself briefly, and behind him stands a man in sunglasses and a dark suit. Lorenzo regards the man in the mirror, but the mirror changes and Renate appears, levitating like a ghost. Stylish sunglasses obscure her eyes. Renate with a man's voice. I am waiting for you upstairs. I look serious, so you might want to go check. Renate vanishes from the mirror. Lorenzo is left with the image of himself. He looks wary. He turns and goes. His footsteps echo through the empty hotel manor. Why was hotel crossed off? And then 91. Augen Waldberg Manor, staircase, second floor, corridor, night. At the end of the dark hallway, Lorenzo sees a dark shape. Lorenzo very slowly approaches it. It's Renate with her back turned against him. Lorenzo stops, a long silence. Renate, man's voice. You keep sending the wrong goose to the butcher. Lorenzo, Baronine? Renate, man's voice. Baronine. I think the Baronin would perhaps hear talk about her ascension. She can say something to the effect of, Renate clears her voice. Renate, her own voice. I have good news for you. We are not artists. We are not even art. When it comes down to it, we are all just paint. Aren't you happy with this news, magician? Renate switches voice again. Renate, and he would say. Lorenzo keeps a silence in defiance. Renate, man's voice. Oh, no! Why is this so hard for you? Why do you think of this? Why do you think of these things? This is unimportant. There are symbolic values in mirror images. Yes, but none of this matters, Signorina. Had you read my manifesto, you would have known it was never meant for viewing. Lorenzo looks confused for a moment. Lorenzo, please, Baronin. Let's leave this place. Every maze has a solution. Renate sighs heavily. Renate, man's voice. You really understand nothing at all. But if you understood, you would never have played your part. Time for entertainment. Here is her last performance. Renate turns slowly around. Her face is hidden by shadows. Lorenzo takes a step forward. Her eyes are empty craters. Red paint runs down her cheeks. Renate, her own voice. Hold me. Please hold me. Lorenzo backs away. Renate, her own voice. Please hold me. Please hold me. Lorenzo backs further. Renate's arms flailing, searching for him like tentacles. Paint dripping everywhere she goes. Renate, her own voice. Please hold me. Lorenzo's eyes widen with fear as she comes closer. Her touch disgusts him. Suddenly, Renate increases her pace and she touches his face. Renate, her own voice. Please hold me. Lorenzo instinctively pushes Renate with full force. Smiling, she falls towards the large window. The Baronin crashes through it and down to the ground below. Lorenzo stares at the window in shock. He steps towards the window. Rain patters against his face. On the gravel path below lies a mangled corpse. They both lost their minds, essentially. I wonder if it had to do with the vermilion tears that was changing up Renate's personality. Was Renate starting to transition into becoming the magician, which was basically she was taking like kind of Lorenzo's like stance in a way? Huh. Huh. Oh, wrong one. I have to open up my paint program. Okay. First of all, it's like a W with a hook at the end on the top right. This one. It's like a P with a 2. A P and a Q with basically 2 things at the bottom. This one's like an H with a hook. And this is like, yeah, that it's a W with like the left and middle one with a little hook. 1. Okay, we have that. Transcribe, symbol 1. It's like a hook. Yeah. Transcribe symbol 2. It's like an L with a little thing to the left. Yep. Transcribe symbol 3 is like a T with a bottom. Bottom to the right. So like this, but opposite. Okay. All right, 1932 is 1963. 1938 is 1847. 1948 is 1963. 1953 is 1847. 1957 is 1847. 1960, 62, and 73 are 2014. And then 1982 is 1963. Login failed. What? What's the sequence for the posters? I assumed. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay. 1938. What am I not getting? Verity sequence could not be initiated. One 963 1847 1963 234 1234 1847 53 1847 2014. It's the amount of triangles. 2014 2014 2, 3, 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1963. Having mostly used her talent and training in traditional painting for landscapes and portraits, her later work would even include mystic symbols, some not deciphered to this day. What am I missing? Am I comparing something too closely? Are there upside down versions? Wonder if I got those mixed up. 63, 47, 63, 40, 47. I don't get it. I have the solution. Hmm. Hmm. Lorenzo the Great. Oh. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get. I don't understand. Hmm. 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 So odd. Number one. Oh my god, no wonder. This one's the first symbol, right? I think. Wait, no. This is definitely the first symbol. Okay. Hold up. So white, white, white. Number 2. So white, 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 white. Number 3. White, white, white. So I want to say I have these symbols correct, right? What were you? That's what I don't get. Oh my god, dude. Input username. Input username. WEISS. Is this a keyboard? ASDFGHJKL colon ZXCVBNM. I don't think it's a keyboard. Would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30 characters. 8. 8. 8. That is 30. Would it spell Renzo? R? This would be V. F. C. It was a good idea. We have 5 of them. Could that be a reflection? Because one of the things I was thinking was W E. What was that one word that was crossed off? Is it trying to spell hotel? It's a 5-character. Maybe? Would this be H? O? T? E? L? Where is it? I don't think so. I'm legit losing my mind, my dude. Do I have to flip it? Oh my god, my dude. Oh. Dude, this is so tough. I'm looking at these goddamn. This is bothering me. So you have to make a username out of... I was thinking Weiss, but what about... You motherfucker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E, I. Hold up. E and L are used twice. Playing cards. I, E, L, R, O. Oh my god. Hold up. I was limiting it to 5. But we never used messages from the past at all. I was always curious about this. And I never understood why we never use this. Rose is O. Holy hell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Dude, that one was so tough. It's because we didn't do anything with that information all game, and it made me feel like it was useless, but no information given to you in this game is useless. So this is the rose. And the rose is O. Okay. I am chained like a prisoner. The escape artist. So the escape artist is R. Miracle Tears is L. Vermilion Tears, L. Crystal Ball. A crystal sphere is E. And then cards are I. IELRO. It can finally be used. Oh my god. I knew I wasn't an idiot, but god damn. So we're going to do L. O. R.